I will be taking out my new Balance FuelCell Rebels for their very first run. And if you know, my new challenge is to finally try and break 20 minutes in the 5k. So these might just be the pair to do it. Let's go take them for their first run and see how we get on. Let's go. Now that we're back from the run, let's give you some of my first impressions of these, the new Balance FuelCell Rebels. This is not going to be my full review of the shoe. That is going to come after I put quite a few more miles in this shoe before I can give you a full review and exactly what I think about these shoes. So full disclosure, I paid for these myself. I picked them up from DW Sports in the UK. These retail in the UK for £120 and I seen them on DW Sports for £100. The only issue I had with getting it from DW Sports was they didn't have any half sizes. I'm a 7.5 and so I went for a size 8. I sized up because after watching Andy the Fod Runner's first impressions of his New Balance FuelCell propels, he found the sizes a little bit small, so he's had to send his back and get them sized up. So I thought I'd play it safe and I'd go for a size 8. And putting them on my feet for the first time, yet I have plenty of space up in the toes, which is no problem at all. The upper was I really quite liked the upper first feel in the feet. It doesn't have a tongue, a separate tongue. It's like what would they call it, a booty liner, basically kind of like a sock feel. Get your feet in there, no problem at all. And the laces seem pretty long for whatever reason. I don't know why they do that. You just need enough to get it tied and that's it. And the first feel on the feet, the sort of how soft they were, they're not overly soft, which is great, and they have this sort of, if you can see it in the bottom, they've got their own sort of nylon plate in here. It's kind of all the rage at the minute, carbon fiber plates in shoes and that. And I haven't owned one of them shoes yet. I'm sure one day I'll splurge and go for one of them, either be maybe the Hoka Carbon X or a Nike Vaporfly. But to be honest, when I started running, I didn't notice anything about it. Didn't feel like it was doing anything. Don't know if it's just there for a bit of show, but for me, didn't really feel anything at all. Now this shoe is meant to be for going fast because there's a differential between the propels and the Rebels. The Rebels are slightly lighter and are meant for going quicker, and the reason I picked up these, as you'll know, is to try and finally break 20 minutes of my 5k. So that's the reason I went for the Rebels over the propels, because the propels are a great price too. They're only, I think, £80 in DW Sports, or retails for 100. So either way, a good option. But getting back to what I'm here to talk about, the Rebels, I noticed that the slower speeds, they didn't feel that great, to be honest. Honestly thought they felt so much better when I actually gave it something. They felt really nice. Had to get up on my toes, really sort of digging in and pushing off. I really felt a lot better going at speed in these, and I think just bobbing along, they're not really a shoe for just taking it easy, because that's why I love these so much. These are the New Balance Beacons. If you don't know, I made a review about these and I absolutely love them. And these are a little bit lighter than these, which is a little bit strange. I thought these were maybe going to be lighter than this. I didn't actually check the specs beforehand, but this feels a little bit heavier. Maybe it's because of the nylon plate. It's not a heavy shoe for any means. Another thing that people may notice on this shoe is that they've got this little bit here that flares out. You can kind of see it kind of more on the bottom. See how it just flares out here. I didn't notice that at all in the shoe while running in it. It didn't feel like it was doing anything. Like maybe some people might feel when you land it kind of rolls you back onto your feet, but I think if you're a neutral runner, which I am, you kind of don't feel that. You just kind of keep moving along. So quite a windy day out there, but there was a little bit of rain, so there was a little bit of wetness on the ground and it was a little bit slippery, and you did kind of feel that the grip wasn't too great in the wet. So definitely wouldn't wear them on a slightly wetter day, definitely for a more dry day. But overall, I'm really quite happy with the shoe so far. Plenty more miles to do in this shoe, but to be honest, I'm definitely going to keep it for those days that I'm going to be picking up the pace. So there you have it, my quick first impressions of the new Balance FuelCell Rebels. For going quick, really great. For going slow, maybe not so good. But my full review will be coming in the weeks ahead, so stay tuned for that. If you have enjoyed today's video, please remember, give it a big thumbs up, click that like button. And if you have made it this far in the video, then consider clicking that big subscribe button there. Plus, there's 2 videos here chosen just for you. Just do it, run with style, and I shall see you in the next one. Jamie, out.